Hello, Leo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. I'm leaving the lights a little lower today because it's just so rainy and dark and quiet here, and it's just kind of the mood and the vibe, and I'm sticking with it. So, I hope you're able to see the cards today. If you're not, let me know. I will definitely make sure I have the light on next time. This will be your weekly reading for the week of May 25th through the 31st. And during that time, we'll have a new moon. Then that comes in on the 27th. And of course, a new moon is a time for a fresh start, new beginning, good time to learn a new skill or start new projects, make new decisions, that sort of thing. We then move into the waxing crescent energy. And as that moon energy starts to build, that's a time of heightened senses. And it's just a really good, calm time to just get things done. It's a good time to, kind of make adjustments and plan, but also to, those new things that you've started, just kind of put things to work. So keep those moon energies in mind as we move about our week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Leo. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading: step out of your comfort zone. All right, let's see what the Leo Collective has going on for this week. And Leo, I will say, since my readings are new to you, or I'm sorry, free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit that subscribe button, and that's located right here below. And just to let you know that you do need to be signed into either YouTube or Google to make that happen, to kind of start that subscription list. I know for a long time I didn't know that about YouTube, and then, my kids had to show me all that. So, Mom, what are you even doing? Once I learned, I was like, oh, I had no idea. No one explained that to me. So anyway, just to let you know that sometimes we need those explanations, don't we? But you do need to be logged into that to subscribe to YouTube channels. So, but I'll give you just a moment as I'm shuffling for you to hit that subscribe button right now. And thank you so much for doing that. And if you've been a subscriber, thank you for coming back and helping me build a community here. I see some repeating people, and I just want to say that I do appreciate that. And it's nice to have you here. So thank you. All right, let's see what's going on with the Leo Collective, May 25th through the 31st. We have some cards that feel like they're trying to come out here. I want to take a giant stack. All right, step out of your comfort zone, Leo. All right, there we go. Overall energy, 2 of Wands. So definitely thinking about the future. In what manner? I don't know. Looks like, you're doing okay right now, but you've got the world in your hands and you're thinking, where do I want to go? World, hello, where would I like to go? So let's see. Your current situation is the World card. So this is our card of perfect balance, and this is kind of the end of this is the very last card in the major arcana in the tarot deck. It's kind of the end of the Fool's journey, where you've gone through a thing and you've learned a thing and you've learned about yourself, and you've gone through each little stage of the Fool's journey to where you get to this perfect balance of a thing. And it looks like you're there. You're kind of at the end of something here, wrapping up, and maybe it is time to move forward and again step out of your comfort zone and move on to the next thing. What might that be for you? That's pretty exciting if you ask me. At the root of your situation is the 5 of Swords. So, 5 is when it comes to these swords cards, we're typically taught as tarot readers that this card means winning, but at what cost? Like winning, but who did you hurt in the process? And I kind of see this as maybe because it's sword energy and that's air energy, and because it's a 5, and 5s tend to be kind of where our conflict and struggles and things come up. So this may be some struggle in communication for you, and maybe that you've said things that you didn't mean to. You might have hurt some feelings, And it's almost like, you're still holding on to some swords. You said a couple of things, and maybe you didn't say everything. Maybe you didn't say I'm sorry. So, just think about that. If that's kind of at the root of your situation, and you may just be learning this, and that's okay. Learning how to be a better communicator. That's something we can all work on, right? In your recent past is the Knight of Wands. So some sort of action in the passion realm, that something you've been working on, and you've been taking action towards it. And this could have something to do with that. This could have, maybe you are in some sort of group and you work together with other people, and maybe words were exchanged and whatever, that kind of energy can happen. It's just you're learning how to communicate as you learn to do things, but you are taking action in the area of passion, and that's never a bad thing. What's on your mind is the Two of Pentacles. So this is kind of juggling life, I see this as kind of like, you're juggling your work and your home life, or your work and your passion life. You're trying to just make sure that you've got all the balls in the air when it comes to the material world, that you're getting things done, but also trying to live your life, that you're not just solely focused on, oh, I need to make money, but it's, I need to make money, and I need to have fun, and I need to make money, and I need to do the passion thing that I love, and I need to make money, and I need to communicate well. So kind of that kind of juggling going on. What is just ahead of you is the Chariot. So some sort of movement that you're kind of getting ready for. And again, if this is stepping out of your comfort zone, this is you kind of thinking through all of this. What's going to bring me to my ultimate perfect balance, happiness, taking action in the in the passion realm here with this Knight of Wands, but also, thinking about your future. I'm also going to say we have two twos coming out. We'll see if we have other twos as well, but that might be a number. 22 might be a number that you need to look up. It might be helpful to you. There might be a message there for you. In your advice position is the Hanged Man, which is having a new perspective. And really with the Chariot, this is kind of getting ready to make a move. I call this the packing the minivan card. This is like getting ready to go on a trip, but you're not quite ready. It's like you're gathering information, and um, just kind of making sure that you know exactly what you want to do before you take that first step. In your advice position is the Hanged Man, which is about you really kind of embracing this new perspective on things, embracing that you're maybe reaching the end of some cycle, and that you're thinking about the future and how you're going to juggle things, and how maybe this is a new passion that has come in for you, and how are you going to juggle that and work that into your new way of being. You might have to step out of your comfort zone to do that. What is beyond your control this week is your ultimate happiness here with the 10 of Cups. I love this card. It's just such a fun, awesome card of like, it looks like you're making the right decisions, and it's beyond your control that you're making the right decisions to get yourself to a happier future, which I love that for you. That's awesome. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid is here's another five. So a couple of fives on the table now too. Five of Pentacles, which, this is about feeling like an outsider, and it could be feeling like an outsider when it comes to the material realm. And so because this is in the position that this is in, which is secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid, to me, this is always like your big question of the week. Are you feeling like an outsider because of some material thing? And is that important to you? Should it be important to you? Kind of ask those sorts of questions. And why are you feeling like that? Why are you feeling like an outsider in the material realm? And do you need to do something about it or not? Is that, kind of is it an important thought for you? Or is it kind of a feeling that you need to address and address and then let go? In your outcome position here, you've got the Ace of Swords. So you kind of get an aha moment out of this whole thing. So it looks like something's going to be driving maybe a new idea, or, some new thought. And it may, again, require you to step out of where you're comfortable and just do something a little different. What is hidden from you this week is the 10 of Pentacles. So, this is our card of kind of generational, I'll say that word again, generational wealth, health, happiness, that sort of thing. And that's kind of hidden from you. And that's probably you're just not really thinking about it. I mean, this is kind of a very similar card with this 10. is thinking about that sort of happiness. And this is more, maybe in the relationship, and although this is as well, but um yeah, kind of similar cards, but you've got that card. I'm not worried that that's hidden from you, if that makes sense. But you're in your outcome position with that Ace of Swords. It looks like whatever you're going through is by the end of the week, and these things that you're thinking about, there is some kind of new idea or something that sparks up, and that's probably the place where you need to step out of your comfort zone and you think, "Oh, I had this idea and I'm a little uncomfortable doing that thing." But the advice for you is to step out and give that a shot. Give that a shot when it's maybe not the thing that you would normally choose to do. And this could be the smallest thing from, maybe your friend invites you to a party and normally you'd be like, I know, I have to wash my hair that week. No, or I'm washing my hair that night, which I always thought was a very funny excuse to get out of things. But um, that you just say yes. There sometimes you just have to say yes to things that you normally wouldn't, and that if you're in some kind of little funk, that will kind of get you out of your funk. If that makes sense. All right, overall messages here. Quietly serve, which I've seen that card pop up a lot this week. It's really funny when you have this huge deck of cards. I don't know how many are in here, if this is maybe 40, 50 cards. And to see one card that comes out more than once in a week, it just cracks me up. It's like, and it's almost like the collective thing. Like everybody needs to quietly serve this week, because I'm getting this card quite a bit. Make a plan, and in that make a plan, maybe that is with the Ace of Swords. Like I said, when if there's a new idea or something new that's brought to you, and maybe what you need to do now is make a plan for the week that, hey, when a new thing pops up this week, I'm going to say yes, no matter what it is, and you just kind of put yourself in that mindset for the week, so that you're not stuttering when that thing comes up and you're like, do I really want to do, no, you're already like, I'm saying yes to new things this week. Yes, let's do it. That sounds new. That sounds great. Let's get it going. So, Leo, I wish you the best of luck with this situation. This is kind of it's very general this week, but it does seem like there is some sort of question again with your comfort zone, getting ready to make a move here. And again, it might be something that you're going to move on with this Ace of Swords. So get in your mindset to say yes this week, to step out of your comfort zone, to do things that maybe you're not completely used to doing, and it might be a good thing. So anyway, Leo, thank you so much for being here. And I do wish you the best of luck. If you want to share a message down below in the comments and let me know how you stepped out of your comfort zone this week, that would be great to hear. Also, I do readings every week. So come back next week and we'll see if this, information or energy changes into something completely different, or if it's kind of a continuance of the same thing. And also, once again, if you like my reading style, please like and subscribe. It really does help my channel, but most importantly, it helps you find me next week. So thanks so much, Leo. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.